Let me start by saying this. I am nothing without family. And what I mean by that is without their experiences, their advice, their guidance, I don't know how I would be here outside of trial and error. However, today's SheEO is one of my own. It is my family, my amazing cousin Devin. Today we will be going into her lovely business. She's liberated. She's going to come on, tell us about her journey, tell us about her, tell us about everything she does, and I hope that she inspires you the same way she does for me. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to our channel, and come back every Wednesday for another amazing SheEO sharing her story on our platform. All right, let's jump into All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. So, like I told you, we are going to be interviewing my amazing cousin Devin today. And I'm super excited because obviously I know about her business. I know her journey. I know everything that she's going to be able to share with you guys, including some amazing stuff that's coming up. So, without further ado, I will let you introduce yourself. Hello.
I'm Dan. I am the big cousin, but we'll leave that to the side. Um, but I created a business called She's Liberated in 2020, right around COVID time. And I have been able to have a few events, just kind of bringing women together. Just really to have a moment away from having to wear all the hats of mom, wife, friend, all those things, and just kind of have time for yourself. So I'm also an event coordinator full time. So it's my life's work, really, to put stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much. Obviously, we go hand in hand. I'm learning to get into more women guided things or targeted things. So that's been awesome. And I'm super excited to talk to you about our different perspectives. So, obviously, my first question is going to be what has been your greatest obstacle as you've gone through your journey since 2020?
I think my greatest obstacle is balance. I think that over time, it's like I was saying before, wearing all the hats, mom, wife at the time, an employee, all those things, it gets hard to not let your life's work kind of get lost in the sauce. So
Yeah.
I would say my biggest obstacle is then being consistent with myself. However, I think that I have learned to hold myself accountable in different aspects so that I don't lose sight of that. Um, so I mean, with every obstacle, you just have to have a plan to get out of it. You can't soak in it, you can't stay in it, you have to know what's next. So I think, like I said, balance is the biggest thing. And I think that's one of the things that I want to focus on with the retreats is just so people know that it's not always do. There are moments you have to step out and focus on yourself.
Oh, I absolutely love that. I think a lot of the women I've been able to talk to on this platform has said the same thing. And at least for people in my age bracket, we don't know how to do that. Like we get it. That's something that everyone underneath or above us age wise tells us like make time for yourself. But cool, got that. How?
Yeah,
When it's yeah. So I love that. And I think that would be great to get into and share with people.
yeah, it has to be priority.
Mhm.
I also recently I decided I'm going to get monthly massages. I don't care. I
Mhm.
what I'm going to do for myself because I can't do for everyone else and not take a
Yep.
moment out of the month. Come on, out of the month.
Mhm. Yes, I agree. Outside of yeah, I love it, and I think that that's again important too. And even things that don't cost money, like locking yourself in your room, 2 minutes. Like give me about 10 minutes. Don't knock on the door. Don't come looking for me. No, find it yourself.
You
Just
have
give
to
me
hide,
time.
don't
Yeah,
respond. Hello? You just act like you're not.
right. Just close your eyes. I'm
They
not
walk.
here. Right. I love it. No, it's true. What would you say would be your motivation to continue your business when things are a little bit more heavy?
The motivation is just seeing the need outside of myself. You know, like you said, it's a lot of women you've talked to who have the same type of story, the same type of obstacle. I need to find balance in my life. So when I find that, when I realize that it's bigger than myself and also my children, and little Journey, you know, Journey, she's always like, oh, you're always talking about she's liberated. But that's what you used to say at first. But just says it with a little more confidence and understanding like you have to have time for yourself. You might not with a whole bunch of events right now, but I'm balancing raising children. I'm balancing planning other people's events, and it's just important to know that number one, we all have a purpose, and our purpose is not, you know what I mean. So I want to spread some love, and I want to get people out of the room for 10 minutes and somewhere else. Escape reality.
I love that. I do. I do. What would you say, or who would you say, would be your expert in your field? So you are an event coordinator. So this is obviously something you do. Who would you say is your mentor or expert?
Well, honestly, right now I'm working with this lady named Andrea. She is like the head event coordinator in the state. I'm so honored to work alongside her. It can be a little tough sometimes, but I have learned so much from her and just being organized and checking things off of boxes. And she's just very thorough. And I've learned a lot in terms of from the event coordinating aspect from her. With more like women empowerment and, you know, worrying like connecting with women's needs, I would say my mom. She's a counselor. She's full-fledged counselor, and that is her life's work. And just seeing how she's pulled a lot of people out of the trenches, it's been very exciting. So she's the expert when it comes to that. And I mean, I'm really honored to have her just to be able to call whenever I want. So, you know, give me some advice or how do you stay focused in the midst, or, in the trenches? How do you stay focused? So I would say those two people would be my experts.
Okay. And I love that. I think that that's something too. My last interview I did, she was talking about her mom too, and how her mom is very direct or blunt for someone on the outside, but she has kind of molded her to be able to be that for herself. And I love that because, again, a lot of women either have the real hardcore mom or they have the super soft mom, and there's no in between. And I feel like that is also important. You need that. You need the balance.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so as a mama in this world with our kids and the environment's changing, well, I have two questions for that. Okay, so I'll start with our young boys. How are you handling the transition with our Black boys being in the streets?
Well, that's a tough question. Black boys in the street, unfortunately, I think that it is a trickle effect of society, unfortunately. I mean, I honestly think a lot of it stems from fathers not being in the homes, a lot of divorce, a lot of split households, a lot of children trying to figure out their emotions, trying to have feeling like they have to pick sides, and then they end up choosing streets. They feel like they find that someone who understands them, or I got your back, or whatever. So I honestly think that that's where it stems from. And I can go on and on about this, but I feel like obviously this has started way, way back in the slave times when they were taking fathers out of homes. Then from there, it's just trickled on to just, I honestly, I've been divorced, that. So my son doesn't have his father in the home, but my biggest not really obstacle, my mission is to have around him that are have a good mentor out them, and that can give him advice and be there for him. But I mean, he also has his daddy. I mean, his daddy's not you know what I mean? There's situations people's fathers just are not there. And I think the solution, honestly, is to get to the root cause of it, reestablish family home, and for that to, and that starts with us, like not too quickly. Oh, I'm so in love and having babies before marriage. Like I said, I can say this because I did it. So I did it. we we follow into this the same old cycle, and unfortunately, like I said, I went into it also, but I'm able to say what it is, and I think that it's just important to have a community of people to know what the problem is and to change it and to teach the next generation to just wait. Love looks one way one day. Okay, I'm gonna say love. Okay, I'm gonna put the quotations. Real love is something different. But it looks a certain way at one point. And when you're young, you fall in love and oh my God, I love him, and you break your boundaries, and then people don't have enough, you haven't lived enough life to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't live enough life. And at the end of the day, it ends up having not even just our boys, even the girls have their own things that they deal with as well. But our boys get into the streets and trying to help their mama. It's trying to be there for their mama, and let me sell this, let me do that to try and help mama out. And that's just not how. So I just think that we have to come together as a community and teach the children more, give them more resources, and not judging them, for falling early and all of those things, but just having someone to lean on and understanding that. But let's focus on something else. So sorry for the rant, but
no, please, no, definitely, and that is a huge thing as well, especially with, I think, the Black community. We get so defensive when we see that our boys are going on that path, because it's now learning as a parent, you feel like you failed them. And in reality, again, you have stuff to do. Shit happens. You have stuff to do. And if it does get to that point, your responsibility is to be there for your kid, not make them feel like they were the problem or they made the mistake.
Right.
It starts with the parent. We have to do our part. So I definitely agree. To flip it, you have Little Journey. Obviously, I have my opinions on these women in social media and in the public eye. How are you dealing with that? It's a technology world.
Yes, it is a technology world, but it's in this house is mama's world. Okay.
Snap. Tell me about it.
But I think honestly, there's only so much you can shelter your children from. But whatever you are able to shelter your children from, shelter them from it. That's just how I feel. Like, children getting phones so early and stuff like that. That's not happening with over here. If you need to call me, you need to be with somebody who has a phone. And that's it. They have the tablets and stuff like that, but I have parental controls. Right. And Journey's will be 8 in 2 weeks, which is crazy. But she's already saying like, "Mommy, my friend has a phone." That's great to hear. Good for her. Right. I'm glad she enjoys her phone. I was 14, although it was like a completely different type, like life back then. But I think that not even just young kids, even adults their minds are being controlled by social media. So how imagine a child who has a phone and has access to all of this stuff, and at their impressionable ages are going to interpret that.
Yeah, that is. So, yeah,
I will deal with it as it comes, and to be real with them, with Journey for sure, about like image and things like that, because everyone got the sorry, someone was. You're okay. Yeah, dealing with image, and everyone has like 17 pounds of makeup on, and the BBLs and the ooh. I'm just like, that's just never been like, I love to be cute, and I'm always kind of prissy, but I'm not, I'm just, I just don't understand. But it's a lot of people are wanting to yield to that, and that's just not gonna happen over here. My children know that they were blessed and highly flavored. Okay, flavored is what I say. You're blessed, highly flavored. Okay, in your own who you are. Every part of you is what makes you you. There's only one you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put them wigs with the lace fronts with the baby hairs. I'm like, look,
ain't got no edges. That's why.
I went out to Flying Biscuit the other day, Jason, and I just was baffled at the edges that I saw. And my mom, I went out to work. Like, Daddy, you're so loud. I'm like, I said, but how many edges? So does she just not have no hair? Because that's what it is, baby. They say edges, but baby, them edges is broke off. Okay.
They are.
They're broken.
Girl.
So okay, let's you know what, 2024, we're restoring edges.
Girl, no, for real. Because let me tell you, I went to the gym yesterday with Tony, and I had just plaited my hair, so I'm like, it looks a little rough. So I decided I'm gonna throw this little quick wig on. Girl, tell me why it split right down the middle. God was like,
Jason, when did it split down the middle, before or after you went to the gym?
Just as we was about to walk out.
You know, that's okay. That's all right. Now, if it would have happened at the gym while you doing lunges, it would have been terrible.
We done. I was like, no. I was like, this is why I don't wear wigs, because it's not for me.
No. So yeah, it's all 2020.
It's done. I was like, wait a minute. How y'all do this? How y'all do it? I can't.
It's like, I ain't gonna find me.
Please. I'm like, man, I already had it rough. I'm trying to get these back.
Shirley does every morning. Like, she's into doing her hair all the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, you look cute. It looks real good. She's like, Mommy, I need you to do my edges. I mean, you know, we always do a little something, you know, just a little. I had to say a prayer. I said, Lord, please let the edges stay like this and not from, I mean, back here, Jason. Anyway.
Right, I know.
I'm drifting. I feel strongly about the edges, okay? It's just a bit much. But the image is just, it's just, you know, I'm like, I'm in my 30s now, and I'm like, am I getting old? Because I'm looking at people like, what in the world is going on? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shows that when I'm out, and that's I need to work on that. Not judging, but I'm like, stop looking at your phone and stop. I'm fasting for 21 days. So I don't know. Yes. Okay. In 8 days. Mm-hmm. I've also deleted all social media off my phone. So I have for the past 8. I don't know what's happening in the world, because I also have to be mindful of what I'm doing too. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll be in a bed just scrolling. Let me just scroll, you know. And I'm just realize how much time that you spend scrolling, or things that you see, or, oh, look, her man got her all these roses. And I'm like, Josh, you ain't got me no roses in 3 months. You know, comparing. So I'm like, let me not do that. So.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, how you gonna jump into my next question like that? How you do that? Oh, girl, that was funny. Okay. That's a good question. Okay, so with social media, not every woman, but most women, in my opinion, we deal with, like you pointed out, comparing. There are so many women that men are attracted to, and, you know, engaging in those posts, or, you know, taking their lingering time to look at the post. But then you have the conversation with them, and they're not interested in that type of woman. Right. So that's the whole conversation I'm going to have. Following me. Let me know if you're not. Let me know, because I know. Okay. Yeah. How do you deal with that as a woman, knowing that men on one end are attracted to the Instagram model, but then being true to yourself and knowing, take me or leave me? I think that's my question. How you feel?
Take me or let me tell you, I know that there is someone for everyone. Mm-hmm. And if my me is not enough for you, then you go ahead and find a no edge girl with the booty and all that. If that works for you, if that floats your boat. And that's the answer to that.
Period. And I'm here for it. Because I love it. I'm here for it. Yes, I do. I love that. And I think, again, speaking with someone like we're that far in age, but someone in my age bracket, again, that is something that is huge. At least people that before I got married again, they were so big on throwing in your face how often they liked the Instagram model. Wasn't here for it because I'm not. I will never be an Instagram model. No, I like sweats. Let's just be real. That's me. However, getting where I am now, learning to kind of isolate myself from that type of conversation or those people that were engaging in those conversations is important, not only for my self-esteem, but knowing how to teach value and talk about those things and not want to go on these different Fashion Nova and Shein and all these crazy apps to buy clothes that mimic those women. It ain't necessary. And I think that that's something I am learning because it's
never done one. See, we're not far in age, but it's just a different time a little bit. Like, and the people that I've always dated or even, you know, who, he was a lot older than me. So the people that I've dated have literally been like 5 to 10 years older than me at all times.
Yeah.
So it's like, I never dealt with anyone ever comparing me or, oh, look at her. I never dealt with that type of thing. And I was also with, you know, who for quite some time. So it was just us. If you want them, I mean, do what you gotta do. But I just never dealt with that. So maybe that's why it was so easy for me to say, because I've never dealt with that. And if I was, I just wouldn't be with that person, because I know that it is a society of comparing. I just think that the younger, like 25 and under, or even maybe, I'll even say like 28, honestly, because people I know, just, we don't, it's just so much in family and kids, and you should know you are now there in seeing, you know, marriage and family, and you got time for certain stuff. So yeah, baby, you take me or leave me. And once you start comparing me on social media, I feel like you're a child.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man.
That's what the kids doing. I'm not.
I know, and it's definitely interesting as I go through my different experiences. Like even with my previous marriage, it was kind of the opposite. And thinking about different conversations I've had with people in his circle, like, oh, you're with him? Why? You know, conversations like that. It's it also puts a weird feeling, because not necessarily for me, because at that point you're reassuring my self-esteem. I know who I am at that point, but it puts pressure within that relationship, because now he's looking at it like, well, okay, either I got the best thing in the basket, or I need to continue to make her a trophy instead of a partner. And that was something that I can say I dealt with in that situation, because you're only looking at me like, oh yeah, I got the trophy wife, I have the trophy wife, when in reality, let's let that go, because it's more than image. It's not to make you look good. It's, we're a partnership. And that, I think that that's something else that I can say I've learned in that image aspect.
Now that I can say, when you mentioned that, I remember before I got married, I dated someone who brought him around the family. You might even remember him, I don't know. But brought him around the family, met Dwayne, met Aunt everybody. And I ended up finding out that it was more so because he was with me more because I was like the pretty girl. He had never really been with somebody who was pretty. I mean, his previous looked pretty terrible. So unfortunately, oh God, you know, I ain't got no sense. Anyway, so I ended up finding out, unfortunately, in not the best way, that he was trying to show me off. Yeah. To make himself feel better instead of actually really wanting to build a relationship, it was like, sure. I mean, he would send pictures of me to his friends, you know, like, look at my girl. When I saw that, I'm like, what is wrong with you? I don't need to send no picture of me. I'm with you. You don't do that. So yeah, that I think also not necessarily the image of the woman, sometimes how good the man look because he got you.
Yep.
And that, but not the relationship at the same time.
Yep. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, we can go on about experiences now. I'm here. I understand so much more. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So to finish up, obviously I ain't gonna keep you too long, but as far as she's liberated, where is she now? What can we expect? Where are we at? What you feeling?
So yes, I am excited because come July, we're gonna have our next retreat. I plan to have information out by March the 1st. Kind of come up with where it's at because I'm trying to solidify where it's gonna be this time. I loved the house where it was last time. I loved everything about it. Fortunately, the house isn't available anymore, but I think everything happens for a reason, and I think I'm supposed to be doing something a little bit more larger scale. So I am trying to compare if I'm going to do something more local like I did before, or for it to actually be like a nice little retreat and let's go somewhere else. So I'm going to have everything out on March the 1st for payment plans, things like that, to kind of check that off the list. I'm having a new website. My website, She's Liberated Retreat, is going to be up too. I have she'sliberated.com, which is still kind of in the works as well, but I'm going to have two and two, well, them going hand in hand together because I want the retreat to be the retreat, you know, to be something that's going to happen every year. I'm not going to skip a year, skip 2 years no more. So, yes, but yes, massage therapist, same like last time. I'm going to have the massage therapist, have the chef like last time. Basically, everything, the yoga, everything that last having this time because I had so much positive feedback and even having people, I don't know if I told you, but I had people I didn't know who flew from Philly to come to the retreat. I didn't know who they were.
Good.
I know it was 2 twins and their mom, and came, and they still to this day message like, when's the next retreat so we can come out. So I'm excited. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm prayerful and I'm being still in the things that I need and that I want, and what I'm also able to do to women. So, but that's what's next. That's what's next for She's Liberated. And I'm just looking for like-minded individuals to make this bigger than it was last time.
Yes, I love that. Oh, yes, I'm so excited. Obviously, I'm going to promote as much as I can, so we'll definitely talk about that. Before I let you go, do you have any social media? I know you have your websites, but do you have a social media that they can use to get in touch with you?
Yes, absolutely. You can go to @she'sliberated_. That's where you can find me on Instagram. I'm trying to get more consistent with posting. Like I said, this season has been crazy in the event world, but it's slowing down now. So I have some time to even do this with you today. I didn't have to go to work, so I was excited. So yeah, so that you can find me at She's Liberated, and I'll have more updates there.
Awesome. Well, obviously, thank you so much for doing this with me, and I look forward to it. You already know I will be there. But yes, awesome. Thank you guys. You already know, subscribe, turn on your notifications, check out our website. I have more information about Devin on my page, so you can read about her. The link to her Instagram page will also be there, and any other updates that I have for her. But as always, this is our SheEO segment. Until next time.